Where we left you the other day, we were at this motor. Whoops. And we had the dilemma with the harmonic balancer and whether that was going to work or not in this, or we knew it wasn't going to work, and we were coming up with a solution as to can we make this work, swap the cranks with the other motor. We've since pulled the other motor right down, and that's actually, we've sent that off. The block's getting dipped. I didn't want to bore you with a full length version of that video because literally it was just us hitting shit for like 8 hours straight and not much happening. We actually want to take this on the reliability run, which is today's the 9th of December, so it's pretty much, that's in like Australia Day weekend, so it's about 4.5 weeks away. So we're going to have this running and driving in the next 4.5 weeks. So I'm just going to jump in and just give all this a wipe down, just clean all, sort of detail it a bit, ready to put the motor in. I've already had a bit of a hack over here and it came up quite well. So I started off with the vac because if you don't vac it and get all the crusties off, you're just going to be rubbing dirty shit into everything. So the vac is definitely the way to go. After that, all the bits that I couldn't suck up, I blew them off. Got rid of it, blew them off, that's a bit weird. I used air to move them away from the vehicle. Nothing got blown off. Giving it a bit of a hack off. Now it's looking better. Not quite there, but all the big crusty bits of shit are off, so give it a hit with some degreaser now and Bob's your uncle. And then just giving it a smash with a paintbrush. And it's never gonna be brand new. So, but just before we get the motor in there, I thought I'd give it a quick hit. Otherwise it'll probably never get done. The firewall, gave that a quick. Bob's your uncle. Just finished giving it a quick. Bob's your uncle. Firewall's looking pretty good. Down there's, yeah. We fired up the forklift to lift the new flathead out of the back of the ute. I'm actually not forklift certified, but what WorkSafe don't know won't hurt them. Dad had already made up these handy little frames that the flatheads sit on. They're quite good, just make them a bit more easy to move around because they are quite heavy, these things.
What's
Brand
that?
new, second hand.
Brand new, second hand?
Yep, it's an old
kind of
gripper.
motor?
Side valve, same as what we pulled out, so it's got the older block down here, so it's got the bell housing built in.
Where'd you score that?
Oh, mate of a mate.
I'm excited.
He's excited. You!
We're big.
Killy left me hanging. Happy days?
Yep. Fire it up tomorrow.
The unwrapping while the Merc comes back in.
Yep. Christmas present. Must have been a good boy.
Do you come with the car?
That's what a side valve should sound like.
Smells good.
Bit of fuel. So this motor was actually in my Speedway car when I bought it. So I bought it lesser motor. So this was the motor that was in it. And she's a bit of a hottie. It did pretty well. He rocked up to the Speedway and just absolutely creamed everyone. So it is a 19A Merc block, so that's like a 41. I do remember him saying his name was Ian Winslade. He built the engine. I don't know if he was an engine builder or what, but he fucking did alright. He's a bit of a guru. So I'm pretty sure he was saying it was an Army block from memory. It's a long time ago, but the Army sumps have this removable part here, whereas normally they are all sort of one bit on the sump and the fly and the bell housing. You can see here he's actually cut the ends off the manifold so he can get up in there and port it all out, and then he's welded them back on. So not actually 100% sure of the specs of this motor, but I pulled the spark plugs out and had a look in there. I can see it's been relieved. On these flatheads, see they actually, the two middle cylinders share one exhaust port, so that's why it's only got 3. So I can see there's actually been a divider put in there which stops, you know, sort of gases when you got a long duration cam. Yeah, this one might be opening while that one's closing and stops sort of sucking gases across. So it has got a few hidden little things inside it. So I think it'll do the job nicely. Be a good little engine. So we'll wheel it down the front, give it a good degrease, get it all ready to rumble. Dad's actually got a couple of mates coming here today, so Peter and Roger, so they're gonna fucking whip it in today, I think. So I might just give it a clean up and get it ready. Just gave the engine a wash down. Got all the grease and grime off there, so now we're just gonna pull the flywheel off. To get the flywheel off just consists of these 4 bolts here. You can see there, sometimes they have a wire running through to, old school Loctite essentially. Here's one we just pulled off. And that's the one that's going on. This one has been machined out, so it's a lightened flywheel, whereas this one's just standard. It's quite heavy. It's probably a good kilo or more. And this one's got the roller bearing spigot. So, and weighs about 4 tonne, yeah. So I'm wiring up the flywheel bolts. I mean, it's a bit of I've never done this before, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. This is my second attempt. But I'm getting the pliers on there and sort of just tapping it, and that's pulling it through. And then I'm just feeding it through the next ones. It's all wired up. It's a bit wonky, not the prettiest, but all it does is stops the bolts from turning, so hopefully it's not going to be flopping around making any noises, so we'll find out when we start it up. We were a bit unprepared for a chain to actually jack the motor up, so we ended up just wrapping a couple of seat belts around it and let it rip. Cliffy, Rog, Peter and Paul come to give us a chop out. All it cost was a pack of Tim Tams and a couple of coffees. Great value. I think they were all itching at the bit to see this thing running. So they got the starter in, the headers, the exhaust hooked up, and all the top bell housing bolts. Some were quite tricky. You probably normally would take the floor out, but we got them with a bit of finesse. Alright, stop. First attempt, I don't know if you saw the bit of big spark came between the water pump and the chassis. That was because the motor actually didn't have an earth strap on it. So we got that sorted out and we gave it another crack.
Wait. Okay.
This time we had no spark, which we found out to be a wire on the resistor under the dash was a bit loose, so it actually didn't have any ignition power to the coil.
Here we go.
We got no fuel.
That was a noise then.
That's all right.
Ready?
We got no fuel.
So the starter went. The starter spun the swing off.
Yeah. Okay. Try it one more time.
That's the starter hitting
Yeah.
it, not cranking.
What if we just put it in gear and try and turn it a little bit? The engine?
No, the springs come off the end. That's what that noise was.
Oh, okay.
Try it one more time. Got the starter out.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Battery off, mate.
One more time?
Okay.
It wants to run. Came so close on that one, but we broke a spring on the starter motor. Unfortunately, it's actually out of warranty, so we're gonna have to wait for a part to come. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully next time we can get it running. Oh yeah, I forgot. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be shit hot. Thank you.